Like that.
Welcome to Dungeons with Friends. Ay. Look, I have a kitty. I have a kitty like us. I have a kitty. It's my kitty.
Oh, now we can see all of the plans.
Look at my kitty. Those are just my cheat sheets. But look at my kitty. His name is Kitty. No, his name is Curly Bill. Hello. Lola. He doesn't want your kisses. He wants my kisses. Look at him. Look at how floofy he is.
Okay, by the way, clerical help is like a kitty.
Oh,
Yep.
boy. Oh, Dash, I'm
Yep. There we go. Yes. Yes. Oh, that floofy boy.
Yes, we see you too. I love you as
Curly.
much as I can.
Yes. So we used to be a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Now it's pretty much just about Curly Bill.
Wow.
forget this
Why
one.
can't that
Catherine
GoPro
Rice.
be on? Why
I
can't that
know.
GoPro be
Hold
on?
on.
Curly Bell.
Oh, nope. It can't handle that. Nope.
Oh, there went my dice.
It tried. It tried to handle it. Hang on.
You treat Avarice with more respect.
Hang on.
We're getting amazing photos of him. It's just a Curly Bill shoot.
Lola, get
Lola?
off my jock.
Lola, you're not number one right now.
Yeah. No action cam. But this is okay. You all got to see that Curly Bill. We'll put him in the Discord. We're an actual play Dungeons and Dragons podcast, though. For inspiration, do all the things. Like us on the places. We got Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter.
Discord. If you want to join, let us know.
Yeah, Tinder, Grinder, whatever else people are doing.
We're on Grindr.
I'm concerned.
Yes.
Is that a thing?
I'm concerned now.
You don't know about Grinder?
Grinder.
Dungeons and Daddies.
Yep.
Yeah. Why do you think I support it?
Yeah.
Dungeons and Daddies.
Grinder.
Yes.
Are you serious?
For inspiration.
I'm married. Of course I'm not on a dating website.
I didn't know that was like social media now. I'm like, what?
It's not.
Grandpa.
Shut up. I don't.
No, Grandpa's not that dense.
Yep.
Oh, I totally forgot. Earlier I was going through photos of my
I
dad.
didn't know it was a thing. That's why I was confused.
Woo.
Stare.
Woo, yep. Oh, David. Oh, David.
Vera inherited that. From
I know.
Yeah.
Weird.
Isn't that weird?
Osmosis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That would be my father.
For inspiration,
Right before the divorce.
who wants to recap our last episode?
I'll do it. Okay. So, previously on Dungeons with Friends, the group separated to do some fact-finding and observations. Avros went to multiple ziggurats and found that there were multiple gods that each served different purposes, like healing the sick or guarding the passage between life and death, etc. Orion got into a bit of a street brawl with some
Street rats.
homeless, emaciated thieves. And he
It sounded like you were teetering off due to like. He beat
No,
up some homeless.
No, you missed it. He was looking
emaciated
directly
thieves.
right into the camera.
So anyway, yeah. So that was a bit of a difficult time for him. But at least he made it out alive. Matilda
everyone was alive.
was checking out the general marketplace when a certain group of people began to pop up and catch her eye, and these people are of the group of Suit, the god Suit, okay, who is the Watcher, the Seer of all. So they talked with her and explained what needed to be done to regain the Ka of Octopod, which we think may also...
Oh, we got the action cam working.
which we think may also be helpful for Strahd. And I was able to take Van Richten to
They're
the
just getting
ziggurat of Isai, where we had a very brief and strange divination that did seem to come true, because we met the people that we were supposed to meet. And I think that's about it.
Nope, I think that's about right.
And now Curly Bill is here, and that's
Yes.
really all we care about.
Yep. There is now the action cam for Curly Bill. The Curly Cam!
Oh, and before we went to bed, me and her prayed to like 4 different gods.
Yep.
The part of the
You know, just
stairs.
hedging your bets. You never know which one's
There
going to
we
work
go.
out.
One of
We
them's
have
gotta
Curly
be
Bill's
something.
face staring directly at the camera.
Yep. There you go. What a good boy. Oh, just the best boy. Yep.
Cleric of Hope is just loving this.
Yep.
Curly Bill.
Yep. Just the best. Like I said, we're not gonna play Dungeons and Dragons anymore. We're just a cat. We're
Cleric of Hope. I know that name.
That's
Where's
Halcyon.
that? That's Hal. Okay, yeah, I thought so.
Gonna start drooling again.
yeah. Yeah, he's such a good boy. Yeah. Anyway.
And next Lola just jumps on the table.
Yep.
She's here.
Yep.
List of boys.
And so you all awaken in your various hotel rooms in the city of Muhar, the largest city and oasis in Hakarir. The bright beating sun blares through the sort of moth-eaten drapes in each of your rooms, and you each awake. And the day is yours. What would you like to do?
Are there towels in the bathroom?
So there is a communal bathroom on each floor, and there are towels there.
I mean, like, if I were to take 4 towels, would they be missed?
It's a hotel.
You would think that they might, but given that it's a communal bathroom, it might be hard to tell who took them.
Okay. Can I'd like to attempt to take 4 of them. 4 of
And
them.
now we are
Okay.
in cat.
Are you doing this like
Podcast.
without the knowledge of me in the room? Because I'll help.
Oh, yeah,
If
that'd
you
be
want,
good to
like,
help.
more
Yeah.
towels.
I'm just thinking, like, we could use them to wrap around our faces to fight off, like, some of the sand.
Oh,
you
I thought
know?
we were just stealing towels. Yeah, and you'll see Avro's like, put 4 back.
Oh.
Yeah, just one for everybody's face.
But yeah, easily done. You can get 4 towels from this place. I assume do you all meet up in, I guess, like the common area downstairs?
I'm just gonna go ahead and start heading out to the desert.
You do.
Like,
Okay.
With people?
Well, I'm gonna wait for y'all to be awake.
Okay.
That's one of those that I'm not really. I'm hyper focused on this thing, so I'm not really waiting around for breakfast or anything like that.
Yeah. So Matilda is just a champing at the bit, and as you're just about to stand up, as soon as the last person comes down, Strahd is not present.
Can I tell them though that he said he's not gonna travel with us?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, by the way, guys, I snuck out last night. Shock. And I ran into Strahd, and he is very concerned about how he can see a lot and know a lot, but he does not know how we were expected to be here. So, because of that, he has chosen not to continue with us.
Yes! We're free!
However, he did say if we need him, he would know and he would return.
So he's not gone. He's just not
Well,
here.
but I don't think we're gonna see him unless we're in danger, and even then, we probably wouldn't see him unless
So he's probably watching. Please don't eat me.
he actually just had dinner right before I saw him, so he was good.
Like food, right?
He weirdly looks better with blood dripping down his chin. Should probably talk to Jacob about that.
You're just gonna see Avarice cry a little. Alright. So let's get going back down into the tunnels.
Okay.
I'm gone.
Yeah. And so easily enough, you all find your way out of your hotel, back out into the bazaar.
You're going with us through the tunnels, right? Or are you just heading to the desert?
I'll go y'all through the tunnels. I just wasn't gonna wait. I didn't have patience.
And you all vaguely remember where you all had come out of the tunnels. What is our marching order?
I'll take
First.
behind him.
First, second.
Is that
I'll
because
go.
I can
I
take
don't mind
the
being
punch?
There's
first.
very
Oh no,
much
first and second.
Oh.
Unless y'all want
I'll
to.
go.
I'll go
Okay.
second, or
I'll
I'll
go.
go. It doesn't matter. I'm definitely gonna be walking my normal fast pace, so I'll probably be right next to Orion and right up there with him at first.
Okay.
I'll go at the end with Van Richten.
Okay. Sounds good. So you all set off into the desert. The sun is already. It's maybe 8 or 9 in the morning. The sun is blazing hot. The towels that you all had secured by Judy have already found themselves being used to sort of block the sun, and you now realize why there were so many awnings and tarps and things over the bazaar, and that it had a very real and immediate cooling effect. Now out in the desert, it is terribly
Wait, are we
hot.
in the desert or in the tunnels under the city and the crypt?
So you have to go through the desert to even get to the tunnels.
Oh, that's right. It didn't pop out outside of in time. We
Yeah.
walked it.
And so whoever is helming, I would like for you, Orion, to make a survival check to find your way back to the entrance to the labyrinth.
I will help you.
Okay? You can roll with advantage, or you can each roll separately.
I would
What's
like to roll separate.
your ad?
Irrelevant. For what?
Survival.
Nothing.
I got a +1, so
I'm going to roll as well.
12.
19.
Okay. So Orion,
Question. Does that succeed the check? Because if not, I have an ability I'll burn to get that above a
it does, yeah. So Orion is looking around and is pretty confident about the direction, and starts off in just the dead set right way. But after a few hours, you all kind of start to lose faith in his directions. And you're not quite so confident in yourself because you remembered it being pretty close at this point. And Avros speaks up in your defense and says, "Yeah, no, it's right here," and points, and there, sure enough, is the exit that you all had come out of.
You got this, buddy.
We figured it out.
And so you all go in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't we steal the rubies?
Yeah, I have
He
them.
has them.
Yeah.
I just don't remember.
And it's not just rubies. Like there's a red one, a green one, a white one, a blue one, a yellow one.
Yeah, Roy G. Bibb.
So you all go down. Again, it's probably 2 or 3 stories down under the sands that you're going down these steps in the same marching order.
Yeah.
Do we remember where the traps were?
I'd like for all of you to make me an intelligence check.
I'm not a smart bird.
Gently.
Really?
I got a 6.
How you doing?
I'm a dumb artificer.
Oh, I didn't go good.
6.
6.
Even though I have a modifier +4.
What'd you get?
5.
I got a 12. Does that succeed the check?
Well, it's not quite as I'll say no.
All right. I will use my pact of the talisman, and
Sometimes it's not as simple as did it succeed or not. It's not as like gray.
well, tell
It's
me, do
not
you think I
black and
could
white.
use this? If I fail an ability check, I can add a D4 to the roll.
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely.
15.
You all go down with quite a lot of certainty that this is where you came out. And you try to think back on how this was laid out. And it escapes you as to whether or not this is the same or if the layout has somehow changed.
Ooh, don't like that. Don't like that. That's gonna make this.
The only person that's occurred to is Avros. Everyone else seems like this is normal. But Avros, there's something preternatural in how you remember your directions down here. Something seems different.
Everybody, I don't think this is right, because I remember after the third left turn, we were in the room where he broke open the catacomb, and it's been 6, and I have not seen that room yet. I think the tunnels change. Secret tunnel.
What do you mean they change?
I mean, 3 left turns originally took us to the room with the sarcophagus. We've taken 6 left turns and there's no sarcophagus.
Well, are we in a different tunnel, maybe?
Unless it popped up in the same... We came right to it. I'm pretty sure I took us to the right one.
Well, it seemed like we walked a little further than normal.
Yeah, but I knew we're pretty sure. Like, it's not changing anything. We're still going. But I think it's different, so just keep your eyes peeled for new traps.
What if this is the storm of the falsehood? Or...
Ooh.
I like the idea, but he said they were both literal storms.
Okay, well, this is a literal clusterfuck.
True.
So how is that not a storm?
I guess we all just be on our guard.
Fair. Yes. Onwards.
Onward. So you all continue on. Doing anything?
Just not stepping in traps, looking for the
Okay.
room with the circle and the gym slots.
Okay. I would like for you to make a perception check, and you can assist. Not with advantage, because he's helming the check, he's leading. But you can assist. Or you can take advantage.
There you go.
17.
Okay.
Advantage? Well, want me to roll again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna.
17.
Okay. So you are aware that there are traps down here. It's no secret that this place is trapped to the teeth. And in walking just a few, I mean, less than a quarter mile, you have already caught 5 traps that you've seen before. They don't seem to be particularly creative. It's like a false bottom, arrow slots, like another breakaway hallway, like a false hallway that only goes down a little bit. You don't know if you're going back the same way at all at this point, but you feel like you're safe from traps. How long do you all continue?
I mean, just
Just gotta keep going.
yeah.
Okay. I would like for everyone to make a survival check. I'll let Van Richten make one too. Van Richten's just along for the ride.
I know, I get that feeling.
Yeah.
18.
4 seconds from yelling. 8.
17.
Okay. You all keep looking, and you two eventually start piecing together that things are starting to look familiar. And you realize, okay,
The brains of the group.
we go right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, and eventually you take a turn, and suddenly there is there is an almost impossibly long straightaway, and this rings a bell for you because you remember that coming this way there was about a mile of straightaway, no turns, just straight, and so you feel like, okay, we may have been heading in the right direction this entire time. Did the tunnels even change? You start to question yourself, but you know that now this looks familiar, and so you continue on straight. Anything y'all are doing?
Loving on Curly Bill.
That's a free action.
Look at that anus.
Yep.
If he jumps in that box.
Cat's playing D&D, man.
Hey, shall we talk about what Gwyneth did that one time?
Yeah.
We have that map and all
What
of
I love is the her pong microphone bringing it to her.
Yeah.
Like, this is my podcast now.
Look, you
I still say Gwyneth and Curly Bill should have had babies.
Ah,
Imagine the
such a-
chonk and the floof.
Oh.
God, just imagine it. And with both how loud they purr and how sure of themselves they are, those kittens would have ruled this goddamn world.
Yep.
Honestly, that's why the universe had to make sure they got spayed and neutered.
Yep.
Because they needed too much power.
It was meant
The
to.
floof and the chonk.
you know, Gigi would have been like,
Oh, Gwyneth would have been all over Curly Bill.
So I
So-
am just with Van Richten,
Mhm.
hanging out
Yeah.
down the street. Same old thing we did the last Just keep
Oh,
it
nothing.
on.
You're just going. Okay, okay.
Keep it on.
I was like, are you ramping up to something? Okay.
Keep it on going.
Okay. So you all do, and eventually, it does open up into the sarcophagus room that you all had seen before.
The room where the people were breaking into?
Yeah, the room of the 3 sarcophagi.
How are the sarcophagi? Are they, like, empty now?
Uh,
Dead bodies littered around it?
make an investigation check.
Would he have advantage because of his robo eyes?
Nope. It's only on perception.
Investigation? It's a 17.
So you look at the sarcophagi, and you can tell that they've been disturbed and recently, but they seem to have been reset so that they would, at least to a common passerby, not look that way.
Can I identify the one that John smacked?
Yeah, you can see the dent in it. Yeah.
Like, is it easy to lift the lid and see what's inside now, or is it kind of like it'd be a whole thing?
You go to move it, it is heavy as shit.
It'd be a whole thing. Not worth it.
Yeah.
Can I knock on it? Does it sound hollow?
It is you. It's stone. Hard to tell.
Does it knock back?
It does not knock back.
Okay. Solid question.
Yeah.
Onwards more. We're getting closer, boys.
Okay.
And girls.
Yeah. You all continue on along the way. At this point, you're seeing traps that you've already triggered. So you see like the floor that fell out from you. You see
yeah, 'cause
the
we were
arrows
here
that have sent.
yesterday.
How
Yeah.
do we get across the thing again? We don't have Strahd to help us. Wasn't there like a pit?
How do you?
We'll deal with that when we get to the pit. Kevin, are we at the pit?
You're at the pit.
Well,
Everest, can you fly us back and forth?
I can, and I'll come back, and I'll pick up what I can of Van Richten, and I'll fly him over, and then I'll fly back, and I'll grab the chair, and I'll fly over.
Yeah. It's not difficult.
Taxi everybody over.
There's no rush here at this point. You're not being chased. There's no issues, and so yeah.
Question: when I pick up Van Richten, is he like falling apart, or do I like just hold him under the arms and he's pretty?
He feels corporeal, like he feels together, but he is light.
Is he? Yeah.
He feels like he's
Feels like
maybe 30 pounds.
Does he fall? Like, is he rotting?
Well,
Nope. So he just asked, and that he's corporeal.
and he's wearing
together.
clothes, so I can't really tell.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't pick him
Swaddle
up
Yeah.
and like
up
his
like a
legs
blanket.
stayed in
Yeah.
the chair.
Yeah. No, you pick him up and like firemen carry him, and he's just like, hi.
Hi.
Good luck carrying the Avros.
Yeah.
Can I just kick him over the edge?
If you want to.
Your strength score is not high enough.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out
I have a
there.
+1.
Yeah. You try to move Orion. Everyone else is fairly simple. Orion is very heavy.
I'm triple C.
Congratulations.
That stupid armor he's got.
We had something
Yeah.
that he agreed we had passed, but you had to bring up something, and now we're trying to figure out how to get your dumbass over the rock.
Yep. So how do you do it?
I got nothing. I can't cast fly or any if I cannot carry him, I have nothing. Anybody know levitate or some sort of?
I have levitate, but it only takes it straight up. Not.
All right.
Well, wait
You
a second.
levitate him.
Wait,
And then I'm gonna be behind him, and as soon as he starts
Shove
to
him.
float up,
You can
I'm
push
going
him.
to kick him in the back as hard as I could.
Or better idea, she levitates me. I cast Featherfall, and then I can kind of like.
That's not the deal.
That's how it works.
I'd like to kick Orion. Now that
How
he
about
is
if
flying
we-
in the
How
air.
about if we? How about
What
if
am
we,
I, a football?
Here,
Yes.
let me add to that plan. What if we tie a rope around him, then I cast levitate, and then you kick, and we simultaneously pull the rope?
I
So
like
he
it, but it
comes-
means that I can't kick him more than once. Because I anticipated it as like kick 5 feet, kick 5 feet, and by the time he hits the ground, I might not be angry anymore.
I can punch back.
This is true. You want to punch the thing providing you momentum? That's what.
It would also push you forward. That's Newton's law of motion.
Nah,
All
I'm
right.
kidding. I'll only kick him once, and then I'll push him along
We'll
properly.
cast levitate on Orion.
Okay. So yeah, so you feel yourself suddenly become weightless.
Sparta! This.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
How far
come
does he
up
go
and
from
kick
the
him,
initial
and
kick?
yeah, it's probably about 5 to 10 feet. He's sort of now sitting over the pit.
All right, now fly over and push and
push. Yeah, and you find your way over the pit.
That literally could have turned into Sparta if it
Yeah.
all
I
was.
wanted it to.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were tough. You would have survived. It was like a spike pit, right?
No, it was just it was an empty pit.
You would have probably survived.
Like
Yeah.
endless pit, or
No, you can see the bottom. It's about 20 feet down.
Oh, you definitely would have
I
survived.
would have survived that. I would have just feather fall.
Just not fun.
I'm like, does this thing go forever?
It's irrelevant. We're past it now.
Yeah.
Onwards.
Onwards. And so you all continue on. You take a few more turns, and again, some of the traps that you've already seen before. You now pass through the first room of graves that you saw. They're all on the walls where you had knocked on, and
Turns out Strahd
and
was
Strahd was
fucking with
Strahd
us.
was dicking with you. Yeah,
That was still really well played by him.
yeah. Did y'all do anything else?
Anybody want to stop to loot? I'm
What
good.
do you want to do, baby?
I think he's getting caught on cords.
No, he's just leaning over one to lick his tail.
Yeah. And so anyway, anything we're all doing here?
I'm not gonna stop to loot.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop to loot. I don't have a reason to really loot.
Okay. All right. You all continue on. And a few more traps and turns down. You find yourself back in the portal room.
All right. It was 6 gems if I remember right.
Yeah.
Where'd you been?
7.
I'm gonna just shove them in holes.
Okay.
Like just get them all to fit. If nothing happens, I'll start move that one there, that one there.
Okay. So you put them in the order that you originally remember.
Wait a second. When we came into this place, I thought we were near a storm. In a storm when we came in here.
We were in a sandstorm, so maybe. So maybe we got to go back through this one. So put them all in.
Okay. You put them all in the way you remember. The portal appears.
I could really fuck over a lot of people by just closing this forever and dying in a hole. But let's not talk about that. Through.
Okay. You through. Is everyone following?
Yep.
You all find yourself in a very familiar looking room with the same set of gemstones on this side.
All right. And so this is the original one that we
This is the
found.
original one that you found.
This one was a significantly shorter trick from here to the doors, right?
Yes. Yeah, this one was much shorter. This was only a few turns.
All right. Well, let's hurry through this. We know this one. Let's just sprint through this, get to the top, and see if we can see a storm. If we can't, we'll come back down here, rearrange the stones, see if it pops us in a different place.
Okay. So you all go up up the stairs. You open up the doors, and you're looking out into the desert.
I'll fly up, not as high as I can, but like a couple 100 feet, and I'll look around. Do I see any signs of storms?
Okay. So you fly up a couple 100 feet and make a perception check.
I'm gonna go with that 17.
17. So at first, it is hard to see shit out here. And you realize the immensity of the sands of Soot. It just goes on and on and on. And you know the city couldn't have been that far away. But then you think, well, the portal was in there. Because you don't see anything on the horizon other than sand.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting tangled, so I'm having to
But sure
put
enough,
myself in a weird position.
you think maybe just on the horizon you see a darker spot that makes you think that it may be a storm. You would think that it is at least 10 miles away.
Does that seem just based off of normal survival instincts? Could we just walk there right now without dying in heat?
So it is midday. It is unbearably hot. To be out here for more than a few hours in this sun doing any sort of meaningful activity is awful.
Flip side is, are you with? I'm assuming he's back with us at this point.
I was considering flying closer to make sure,
Oh.
but yeah, I'll fly back down.
Okay, yeah. Fly back down and tell them all this.
See, this is it. We're in a very awkward situation. So we go out now. It's 1,000,000 degrees out. we wait too long, it'll be night, and it'll be too cold.
Yeah, no, there's no real winning here.
So
We have extra clothes we can bundle up in at night.
the at best is we go at dusk or dawn.
Well, Matilda could turn into an animal that is able to withstand either the heat or the cold better.
I can stand
And
the heat just
transport.
fine while flying around. The wind cools me down enough.
I can't fly yet.
Yeah, but
I've
like
seen
you
the
could be
camel.
fine with the heat. I would.
No,
be
I know,
fine
but I'm
with
trying
the
to figure
heat.
out what animals I would have seen. Because I have to see them, and that's one of the things that he's a stickler on. Is I have to have seen it. Or it has to make sense that I would have seen it.
I would
I
say
think it'd be
There's
fair
no
to
desert
think we've seen a
animals.
camel in a
I
desert
Yeah,
city.
so.
you would have seen a camel around in the
Okay.
market. Yeah,
yeah, I'm fairly certain.
Camel with double humps.
double humps, but not 3 humps.
Never three.
That's just
Never
absurd.
3.
I don't get this bit.
I don't know.
I was like, where's this going?
It's too.
Anyway,
It's late. I'm getting tired. I'm weird.
Well, so Van Richten can go in his chair, and that's not any different struggle for him. Like heat wise, it's hot, but
Henrikton, do you get hot?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
okay. So can you as a camel carry Orion on your back?
If Homeboy gets out of his fucking armor, I can. I think though that
I
I
could always switch in
Well,
my.
I don't have my cards, so when I have my cards next time, I'll know better. But I do think that I don't think I can carry him. I think if I carry him, I can only carry him. I can't carry you.
Or I could
Unless
switch
Homeboy
into.
gets out of his.
Unless I switch from my guardian armor to my. I can't remember the other type of armor, the other type of power armor, but
To
always
make
called
it
it
simpler, we'll say yeah. So you carry 1 rider.
can I switch? No, I'm not gonna switch. I'm gonna stay in my guardian because I need to because you guys can't take it.
And you have a create water spell, don't you? What was that? No.
I don't think so.
So what I'm hearing is we're getting ready to just braid it. Do you think you can take that? You're the only one that's going to be like... Well, actually, he's going to cook alive in a solid suit of armor, so really, he's going to die first.
You seem mildly relieved about that.
What? And I'll take it to this guy.
Okay.
Off we go.
Okay.
Towards the dot.
Yeah.
Can, like, without flying too far away, can I fly towards the dot and try to make sure it's a storm and then fly back?
You can try.
I'd like to do that just because I don't want to make those walk through the desert for 10 hours.
Make so how long would you like to fly?
As far as I can without losing sight of them.
Okay. So that would probably be like 30 minutes. 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. You doing that are able to go, we'll say, maybe 2 or 3 miles. At that point, it's still hard to tell. This is still just kind of, again, everything is so disorienting in this sand.
But it's definitely something.
But it's something.
Okay, good enough for me.
Yeah.
I'll fly back. Let them know.
Make me a constitution check.
Oh, fucker.
To fly in this wind and dust and heat.
But like the feathers let all the blood vessels get exposed and like it cools you down real well. This is bird physiology, man.
It's
Can
hot.
you do that while flying?
No.
No.
It's what is the inspiration die?
If you're inspired, you can just re-roll it.
Oh, that's right. I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
How bad was it?
It was a 3. And I don't. This is a Constitution something.
A constitution check.
I don't think that scores that high. Not to rain on your parade.
Yes. 8. Is that a failure?
It is.
Can I add a D4?
If you want to expend your ability, yeah.
I got one more today. Well, after this.
Well, we long rest, remember?
That's an 11.
So that is enough. You feel awful flying in these conditions. It's so dusty, it's so hot, it's so windy. But you're able to keep your focus, and you find your way back to the group, and you all see that Avros is just ragged after flying
I'm
this.
gonna hand him a towel.
Turns out
Yep.
it's really fucking hot. And I'll just walk in step beside Judy, and I'll use my wing to give her a little bit of shade.
Yeah.
Quick question: anywhere around us, are there any sticks?
You need a walking stick.
No, I was thinking like if we could have a stick, like a couple of sticks, we could
Build a
create
little
like a
tarp.
shade canopy with the towels to hold
I
over
think
it.
at this point I'm gonna go like full Iron Man and just have a helmet on and everything.
It is
Why do you want to be hard?
baking.
Yeah, like you're
I'm hoping it would be somewhat not.
insulated. It's
not.
a metal suit.
It's
you
not.
Tin can.
As soon as you put it down, you realize you've made a mistake.
It's melted down. I can't take it off.
Because it's like you went out on a summer's day and put a pot over your head. You're suddenly stifled with how hot and invasive this is.
I thought that it would be insulated.
Oh.
It's fair. It's a fair thought. It's a fair
All
thought.
right. Well, if we're trekking, I'm
it's
gonna
magical
take off
armor.
all my take off my chaps,
Yeah.
take off the leather vest. Y'all can see my belly. I'm gonna unbutton my shirt.
Judy's just
I'm
gonna be
gonna
butt
tie
naked.
my hair all up into the bun,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna wrap the towel around my face and my head, so only my eyes are visible.
Avros is barely wearing pants and not a shirt. Like he's just got like a leather harness with a fuck ton of stuff clipped to it.
Judy's just gonna be
He can't
borderline
move
butt
around
naked.
more.
Yeah. Van Richten does nothing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep.
How you doing, man?
Gives you a thumbs up.
Given it's a process to take the suit on and off, I'm not making it.
Yeah. Okay.
You just let me know how that works out for you.
So you all continue on your way.
Sure do.
Yep. You all go for, we'll say, 2 hours. I would like for everyone to make me a Constitution check.
There
If
it is.
you are wearing heavy armor, it is at disadvantage.
Well, this is.
Thank you, leather harness.
18.
Nope.
Oh wait, I rolled a 9 and I have a +1, so that's a 10.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 21, and then my second roll was a fucking 16.
Okay. Why'd you roll 2?
Because you said disadvantage.
Are you wearing heavy armor?
Oh, I thought you were saying that to the group. I'm a camel.
Oh, no, you're good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
So-
built
I was like, are
this.
you an armored camel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty badass.
Yeah. Actually, I'll let you make yours at advantage because
Okay,
you're
I'll
a
do the
camel.
21.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go with a.
So if he's riding a camel, it's probably not that bad.
Oh
for
no,
him.
I'll buck him off if I have to.
What'd you
If I
get,
have
John?
to. I
What'd
mean,
you get?
Kevin says if you want to.
If you want to.
What'd you get, John?
9.
Yeah. You're going to take a point of exhaustion.
Fuck my life.
It's just a disadvantage on ability checks. You'll be fine.
I
Yeah.
thought it was also a tax.
No, that's the second one.
Yeah, it's second level.
But we got 6 more hours. Let's go.
Yep. So it is now the high. It's like early afternoon. And are you all gonna
Canteen's already running dry.
Are you all gonna keep going?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, turning around is going to be just as
We have
fucked.
no shade or anything.
No,
so-
there's nothing out here. Yeah. Okay.
Mistakes for
So
me.
y'all gonna keep going?
Yep.
Mistake
Okay.
for me.
Strahd's going to be like, where the fuck are they? Use
Yep.
his weird vampire powers, and he's just going to come across 6 bodies in the
Oh,
desert.
Ryan, do you want to be polite and switch
Son of a
places with Judy? So she doesn't have to walk for a few minutes and she can at least get some rest?
He's
On
the
the
one at
camel.
I'm okay
disadvantage.
for
I
now.
already-
He's literally
cooking
dying in that suit
himself.
of armor. Me and her are doing okay.
I'm like,
Really
if
not
it wasn't
the
a
thing.
process to get naked, I'd be butt-ass naked.
Okay. You all
If I ever see your dick, I'm hurting you.
you all continue on.
That is
For-
both me and Avros.
You all continue on for another 2 hours. I'd like for you all to make me another Constitution check, and again at disadvantage if you're in heavy armor.
All right,
Ooh,
that's
nat
a fail.
20.
That's a fail. Yep. You get 2?
Take 1 point.
Yep, you're gonna take a point. You're
And
going
eight's
to
a
take
fail, right?
eight's a fail. You'll take a point. You're going to take a second point of exhaustion. So that means that your speed is now halved.
I will use my last one
Okay.
because I have one more pact of the talisman. I can throw the damn back, and that's a 4, so that's a 12.
Okay. Yeah. So you pass. You all watch as Orion is just dying in this heat in his armor. the sun beating down, just drenched in sweat, skin beat red.
If we stopped, would that really save him anything? Because he's riding on a camel.
At most, he could get under me, and that would be
So at this point, he's now slowing you down.
Even
I'm
on
riding.
her?
Oh, you're riding? Okay, well, yeah. If you were to walk, you would still slow her down, or you would slow them down. But riding on her, you're able to keep pace.
I would argue that the heavy armor would give me disadvantage, but riding on her would give me advantage.
You could argue against that.
You
with the
can. I don't buy it. And so you all,
still love you.
I'd try.
at this point, having now gone 4 hours in the presumed direction of this,
Oh, that's my third. That's right. I flew an hour
Yeah.
ahead.
yeah, and then you came back. So yeah, 4 hours in the direction of this. Now begin to see something on the horizon. You can see what appears to be a very dark spot on the horizon, kind of like a thunderstorm. You can see the sort of initial cracklings of lightning coming off of this.
That they have Lehman's tiny hut.
No, but we have camping supplies. We've gone and slept in the woods before. Like, it's not like we're just barebacking this. We probably have enough stuff to start a fire at night and sleeping bags.
Yeah,
It's probably gonna fucking suck, but
Yeah, so at this point, Van Richten goes, "This fucking sucks!"
word.
I'll trade you. You can wear my armor.
No.
Guy sitting in the motorized chair just zipping
I
along.
know, he's doing great. He's like, "It was a really bad idea for you to wear your armor out here. You must be hot as all fuck."
I don't know why. I'm just seeing that scene from The Mummy where
yes.
they're on one side of the river and then he's on the other. Hey, O'Connell, looks like you're on the wrong side of the river. Hey, Benny, we have all the horses. I said
Okay.
it backwards, but
You
know
can
what I mean.
kiss my red ass.
Oh, and it is red.
Yep. Okay, you all gonna keep going?
Yeah.
Approximately how long does it look like it's going to take us to get to
So
that
we've gone
spot?
4 hours.
Uh,
we have 6 more.
Oh,
You
okay,
can-
Okay.
You don't know. You can make a survival check to guess.
Can I help her?
Yes.
Do it with advantage.
Do realize that I can
Or would
only
you
take.
like me to roll?
I may go. I'll do it with advantage. Yeah.
Do realize I can only take 4 more points of
Okay.
exhaustion.
8.
8.
8's the best we got. Out
Yeah.
Of that.
Why? For
Man.
You die?
No, at 6 you die, I believe.
Yeah, at 6 levels of exhaustion, you die. Yeah. So you're looking at this, and man, it is hard to tell how far away that thing is. You don't know how big it is. You don't know. There's no landmarks to tell
Okay.
you.
Here's an idea, y'all. How about if we walk for, say, another hour, and then we set up camp, but one of us keeps watch, because I don't know if it makes any sense, but what if the storm were to move? We wouldn't want to have walked all this way only to lose it. But if we're able to get a long rest, it would be better. And
Well, yeah, but haven't we been moving for like 5 hours? Like, isn't it like 4 o'clock?
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Like, we still got a lot of time left. If we set up camp now, we're still in the blazing sun. Well, like, as adventurers, we would know. Would setting up camp help with the heat?
It would be better than traveling in the heat.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, let's set up camp for a bit until it gets cooler.
okay.
So you'll stop and make a quick camp. Yeah. You'll do so. You set up your tents. Rather than, as much as you can, you try to make them canopies and get under them for shade.
I'm gonna
Can I-
rest if I can to see if I can knock off a point of exhaustion.
Can I try to, like, use a medicine check to stop some of the heat stroke Orion's having?
So yes, you can go ahead and make a medicine check.
Ilmater, help him. Ilmater said meh. That's a 10.
Plus modifier, which
That's 10.
So you would know that it's going to take a long time to get him right again.
Fuck.
That basically he's going to have to. Basically, it's every time you take a long rest when you have access to food and water, you lose 1 point of exhaustion.
You super fucked.
Yeah, you did that to yourself.
Didn't think some dick would break out exhaustion points.
So
You're walking into a desert in a full suit of armor.
Yep.
I'll take the first
I
watch.
made a valid argument. I'm riding on a camel.
You're still
Y'all-
in a tin suit.
Okay, y'all can take a short rest or whatever. I'll take the first watch, and I'll keep an eye on the storm area.
Okay. So if you're
Get out of your fucking armor.
if you're if you're resting like at this time, you're going to stop making checks. If you're doing any light activity, you'll make your checks at advantage. But any like real activity, traveling, battling, you're going to make a real check.
You shall rest for now.
Okay. So you're all
Can I take a
resting.
short rest.
Yeah. Go ahead.
While doing that, I think. Hold on. I think I can change my armor.
Well, I would say just get out of it. Unless your infiltrator armor is less metal.
Yeah, it fits under my clothes, so I'm gonna go with less metal.
But I mean, is it still heavy armor? Does it
Yes,
say anything about?
Let me see if I can change the model. I think, as I said, I believe it's when I do a rest.
Anyway, Judy, how's that
Yeah.
storm looking?
While we're doing that, I would like for you to make a perception check.
All of us, or just her?
It's just her. She's on watch. Everyone else, I assume, is resting.
you want to borrow my
16.
cloak? Never mind, you find
16? Yeah, so you're watching the storm, and it's moving.
Further away or closer?
It's hard to tell. It doesn't seem like it's getting bigger or smaller, but you can watch it move across the horizon. Doesn't seem like it's drastically moving further away or closer, but it is moving.
Okay.
More not good news, everybody.
Yeah, so I can change my armor.
Okay. Okay, so you're changing your armor.
Yes.
Okay.
To more heavy armor?
To infiltrator.
Is it also heavy armor?
Hold on.
Like we will see any fights coming. If you want to just like take off all everything like above your waist, just let some stuff air out. Probably be good for like your health, the armor's health.
Google it.
How you doing, Matilda?
Good. I'm just technically sleeping.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask Camel, Matilda.
Camel noise.
Hey,
Camels can spit on you,
You
so
have
watch out.
advantage on dexterity or stealth checks if the armor normally imposes disadvantage on such checks.
Yeah. The armor's weight is negligible. Yeah. So I would say if you're in that armor, you don't make these a disadvantage.
Hey, there you go.
That seems like the purpose of that armor is to not be bulky and heavy and yeah. Okay. So, what do you all do?
Wait until it gets cooler.
I'm still
Yeah.
on my watch.
After like 4 hours, I'll tag out with her.
Yeah. So at 4 hours, it's now about 8, and the sun's starting to set, and you can feel it cooling off.
Oh, pack it up.
Okay. You all can take a short rest if you want to, if you would gain benefit from that. No? Okay. You all continue on. You all at this point, it's now not terrible to walk in the desert. It's hot. It's still probably 90 degrees, but it's bearable. And you start making your path towards the storm. It doesn't seem like it's moved further away from you, but like I said, you can see that it's moving.
I like to cast Find Familiar.
Okay.
And direct my familiar in that direction,
Okay.
and then I'll see through it.
Okay. So you
They can get within 100 feet of me.
yeah, so you do go blind. As I guess do you just
I'll just put my hand on Matilda so she can
Kinda guide you.
It guides me.
yeah. So you look through your Raven familiar, and you can see as you're approaching this, it's a traditional storm. Like you can see the crackling lightning, but there's just this sheer wind wall of dust being kicked up and blown around it.
As we get closer, I'll get everybody to tie each other together
Okay.
and wrap everything we can around our face. Be prepared for the dust that's going to hit us like a fucking truck.
Yeah. So you all are now, after traveling, the sun has officially set, and you're now probably about a mile away from like the event horizon of this storm. like what you can see where the dust really begins kicking. You can already feel the movement coming off of this. It's already starting to make it hard to hear each other, and you can hear the whistling of it coming off of the dunes.
So in that case, we need to figure out a system. So everybody's tied together. If you see something, tug on the rope. Either like if you're in the middle, front and behind. If you're on the front, tug on, like notify somebody with one tug if you see something. 2 tugs if there is a threat you can see, and 3 tugs if we need to stop immediately.
I'm gonna be in the back, so
Fair.
All right.
I'll take a.
kind of
I
the
have a-
slowest. So
I have a shield, so I could carry the shield and kind of hopefully lead us.
Front, back,
Decided. So.
be in the middle.
Okay. So you all, so front, back, and everyone else in the middle. Matilda, are you still a camel? Okay. You all spend another hour approaching the storm, and again, you are now taken with the immensity of it. This thing that was just barely on the horizon, you realize has actually been heading your direction. And now you see the immensity of it. This storm is at least a mile wide. And there's this whipping wind. The lightning typically just within the dust itself, but occasionally arcing out and finding the higher dunes.
is this a? Can we tell if this is like beyond a normal storm?
Make a nature check.
If it came to us, it's beyond a normal storm.
I'm also going to assume with disadvantage due to the fact that I'm 2 points of exhaustion.
That'd be correct. I like the thought, though. Can I help him and just make it?
No, I think you should roll. That's what I think you should do.
No, that's not how that works. No. You guys, you would make this check with disadvantage. So you can make a straight roll.
Okay, so 12.
Yeah. I mean, if this is a natural storm, it's a hell of a storm. It's most likely unnatural.
We gotta go through one way or the other, thanks
Can
to the
we
weird cult.
Tell approximately how high up the storm is.
I mean, it goes up into the clouds. There are no clouds, but like you'd think where the ceiling of the clouds would be.
Avros,
It's
you wanna
just
get up there and
immense.
see if it's natural? Or-
No. As part bird, I understand that flying in the storm is a great way to break a fucking wing.
Yeah, and Van Richten calls up. He goes, "I think this might be a bad idea.
Obviously.
Like going in?
Are you guys ready to go in?
Yes.
Okay, go in."
I'm liking his attitude more and more these days. Onwards!
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll
Quick
hike
little
up
prayer
my
to
shield
Elmater again.
and
Please keep us safe. We're doing stupid shit.
You all cross into the event horizon of the storm. That, I think, is where we're going to end the episode. And end for the night.
Yeah.
So, thanks, everybody, for watching and listening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
But hey, I liked that. Now we have a goal.